New subscribers, my old school subscribers, and my TikTok family. Wasn't for you guys, none of this be possible. Shout out to my overseas gang, replay gang. Remember, you guys drop a comment wherever you're watching us from, in the States or overseas, wherever. Check in. But you guys see the title. Let's talk about it for a second. Listen, I don't care what propaganda is being pushed out. Women love to chase. Women love to compete. And that's just the way it is. So since we know this, women compete with each other like it's nothing. Now, men do have friendly competitions, some type of men, not me. But it's normally like a set type of situation, like, oh, we're gonna go to the track and see who's the fastest, or we'll go to the gym and see who can rep out, stuff like that. Women compete with each other for everything. They compete, you know what I'm saying, for the same guy. They compete by best one out the group. Whereas guys, we don't care. We know our place, we know our role. There are some guys that are wingmen, and they're gonna always be, you know what I'm saying, getting leftovers, whichever not so attractive friend they're gonna get, but they're okay with it because they have a main chick at home and they really don't care. I was joking, man, not really, but I mean, you know what I'm saying, guys know their role. If they got like a main chick at the house, I guess they don't really care so much about how she looks, as long as they're getting some strange and everybody in the group keeps their mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how dudes roll. We know our place. Man, you know how many guys that I've been friends with, they could have been in relationships, maybe not, but they're the ones that orchestrate the situation and bring me along so I can attract the women and make sure that I'm always, you know, got a drink in my hand. Man, I've had this, I had multiple friends do this to me. And back then I didn't really know how anointed I was, but I knew I brought women over, right? But these, and they wouldn't care if they got the ugly friend. See, I'm not say that word, you know, the not so attractive friend. To them, the not so attractive friend is still some strange and they don't care. You know what I'm saying? So I say all that to say this. We attract. We do not chase. We never have. We never will. Why in the world would we start, man? Why would we chase down women? There's just so many handicaps and disadvantages to chasing down a woman. You don't know, you know what I'm saying, what you're getting yourself into. You don't know what kind of attitude she's gonna have. You don't know if she's gonna be welcoming or and then y'all are like, well, you know, real man. Nah, you don't get to tell me what a real man is while you're running around here with low self-esteem and need to have a woman on your arm or a new number to make you feel better as a man. Absolutely not. You don't get to do that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't really get along with these alpha dudes too much, because their ideology, most of it is dumb. You know what I'm saying? Most of it is. So there's just nothing for me to really relate to with a lot of stuff that they say. Now, right now, we're all doing the same thing by trying to make sure these women understand that we're not stuck with a lack of options. We can, you know, broaden our horizons or just not do anything. But a lot of that cold approaching stuff and having a bunch of women when you can use that energy and focus on other things, I just can't really get along with their ideology on that. To me, it doesn't make any sense. If you're constantly chasing women, then you have to make it a job. And so you're always adjusting yourself to what the new standard is that women want per year. And sometimes it's like semi-quarterly. So, you know, women change up stuff all the time. You can never go off what a woman wants. You have to be the guy that the woman wants. You have to be the guy the woman doesn't know she wants. And in that way, you can go ahead and start trailing your own way, you know what I'm saying, making your own path. And it really doesn't even matter, you know what I'm saying, what everybody else is doing to try to get the woman. Because, see, when they start, you know, conforming to get that woman or those women are going to start looking at you like, well, he's not doing it. You know what I'm saying? He don't feel he has to. He was. That's the truth. And they're going to start looking at me and guys like me. So those guys lose. All the guys out there pandering and trying to be the most attractive guy to women based off all the stats and stuff, women will move the goalpost mid-year. You'll be thinking that they want one thing and they've already moved the goalpost again and you're already behind. So, and what are you gonna do? Tell them the stats? Well, listen, I looked at the stats and look, you're supposed to like this according to the stats as of, you know, 2022, and they don't care. They're gonna be like, oh, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be the kind of guy that women come after. And the kind of woman that will come after you, that's a good woman, segueing this in here, is going to be the Sigma Wolf. Now listen, we got to give them a moniker, y'all. We got to give them a moniker. If you don't give them a moniker, they're going to call themselves lone wolves and stuff. And no guy wants a lone wolf woman. That's called an outcast. You know what I mean? Like, we don't want that. Women don't really function well when they don't have some type of beehive to be a part of. But we want it to be a healthy beehive. So, you know, we're going to have to give them the moniker of Sigma Wolf. That way, it's smooth. Women might pick up on it. They might start using it themselves. And it gets the point across. So, I mean, they're the equivalent of, you know, the lone wolf. Except they're not alone. They have friends. They still have family they stay in touch with. They cut certain family members off and bad friends, but they still are a part of something. I don't know any woman at all that doesn't have some type of support group in her phone that she can reach out to. That's a healthy woman. I don't know any that's just by themselves. Women don't do stuff like that. So if a woman's talking that way, I believe she's lying. And if she's living that way, then you might want to rethink things, because we all know, including the powers that be, that women are hive-minded. So you want to be part of a good beehive. You don't want to be part of like women that are just tearing each other down, always competing with each other. But see, this is what a Sigma Wolf would be. The kind of woman that puts herself around nothing but healthy women. The kind of woman that doesn't compete with her friends. You know, the kind of woman that she sees what she wants and she goes after it, not in a rude kind of, you know, crazy way, but she goes after it in a respectful lady type of way. You know, there's women out here right now that are going after the kind of men that they want, approaching them. You know, they like what they see, and they're just like, I like you and I want you. And they're realizing that, wow, I can approach these men. They would never shut me down the same way that we would shut them down. And I might end up getting the type of guy that actually, instead of just putting myself in orbit of him, hoping he notices me with all these new rules and regulations for dating and how to approach, why in the world would he? He might be assuming that I'm this and that and might not want to be bothered. Whereas men will never tell you, we don't want to be bothered, don't approach me, how dare you, the audacity, beg your pardon. No, we would never do anything like that to a woman that approaches us. We'd probably be the most respectful that you've ever seen a guy, because we're going to be flattered. You know what I'm saying? A little bit flabbergasted and, you know what I'm saying? Impressed. Probably get a little bit shy, but I mean, you'll definitely get the reaction you want. Listen, we have to adjust. And if you didn't know the story that I told about my mom, you know, my mom is a traditional woman. My mom, Southern Belle. My mom was a lady. She didn't talk a lot. She's always smiling and laughing. And when she did speak, everybody listened, you know. And my mom was like 5'3", 5'2", something like that, or whatever. My dad's like 6'1", so it's a traditional family, man. But when my mother met my dad when he came up from Florida, and my dad being the way that he was, a Sigma, you know, had his aviator shades and his fro and everything going on, and his Sigma, you know what I'm saying, swag, my mother couldn't get enough, and my mother followed him back down to Florida and made sure that all of her sisters knew that that was her man. Don't try, because she had 4 other sisters. You know, back in the day, they used to have super families. My grandparents on my mother's side had 5 boys and 5 girls. That's how you used to do it back in the day. So she made sure it was known, because they all wanted my dad, but she went after what she wanted. And, you know, my dad he never cheated. He never looked at any other woman, you know, and to this day, he's still the same way. My mother's already moved on. You know what I'm saying? Passed on, you know, to the next realm. So again, real women, Sigma wolves, have no problem approaching a man. They're not worried about what anyone else thinks about them approaching the man, or what. They're just worried about trying to get what they want. A Sigma wolf has the ability to go after what she wants, and she's not really worried about being ridiculed by society, or, you know, being judged by her peers. She does what she needs to do, and she does it in silence. Now, Sigma wolf will be the kind of woman that'll you know, disappear from her friends for a little while, pop back up with a boyfriend. And her friends will be like, what's going on? She's like, hey, I was talking, and I wanted to give him some attention, and I did. And can't be hanging out with y'all if I'm giving him attention. And it kind of puts her friends, in perspective to her overall goal in life, which is to build a family with a man and not with her friends, because once they find the right kind of man, they're going to move on as well. So a Sigma woman keeps her friends in check, letting them know their place in her life, but she's always there for her good friends and family. But she also knows and prioritizes her life to be most beneficial for her overall goals. A Sigma wolf, she's modest. She does not run around here showing all of her goods. Now, you can be modest and be covered up. And, I see a lot of these Sigma females, these Sigma wolves, I see a lot of them wearing clothes that are modest, but they're kind of form-fitting. So you can still get a general, because these women be thick, and fit. They be thick and fit. They're going to the gym, they're looking good. A lot of them move in silence, man. And when they interact with me, it seems like they're really concerned with how they come across, because they don't want to come across the wrong kind of way and run me off, but they also kind of feel like I'm a little bit intimidating. But they don't want me to feel like they don't like me at all. So they just move kind of differently. You know what I'm saying? I like it. I like it. Now, what a Sigma wolf woman will not do, however, is spread herself out thin. She won't be dating a bunch of guys. She more than likely be prioritizing things for herself or business or whatever. But they're also, even though they're doing all these things, they're super feminine. I don't know what they do. Maybe they take a couple courses to maintain their femininity. Maybe they go and hang out with their extremely feminine aunties and, elders or whatever. But they always seem to be like, I'm not going to say like a Southern belle. I'm not trying to compare them directly with my mom, but they just have this kind of pure wholesomeness about them that kind of makes you feel like they could be someone that you could build with, relax around, you know what I mean? They give you great peace. What else? What do I notice about these Sigma wolves? What do I notice? They do study you for a little bit before approach. They will do that, but all women do. And you got to understand, for their safety, it's kind of something that they need to do anyway. All women should be vetting whatever guy that they're interested in. So they shouldn't just be, they should, if there's social media available and she can get some conversation out of you, and it's what you want anyway. You don't want a woman that's just like trying to, as soon as she see you, hit you up and jump in bed. No, a woman that's watch you for a little while, so in her mind, she's already established some type of connection, or by proxy, some type of relationship. So that way she has an idea of you. She's comfortable enough to feel comfortable to do whatever she wants to do. She kind of like knocked out a few of these things already. You know what I mean? Hey, what's going on?
You know Jesus?
Do I know what?
You know Jesus?
God?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. God first. Absolutely. Well, you guys, I can't help that. I'm in an area where there's a lot of senior citizens out here. But they all mean the best. They all mean the best. But I guess he wanted to be on camera. I should have put him on camera. A lot of these people just want to be on the podcast live stream. But I didn't know if he wanted to or not, so I didn't put him on there. But it looked like him and his wife wanted to. They were a nice old couple. But yeah, man, a Sigma lady, man, they kind of like vet you a little bit. They like bring up the certain, they do a lot of vetting. They do a lot of vetting, which is fine. It's fine. I would prefer, you Sigma wolves, when y'all approach me, I would prefer if y'all would let me know that y'all been vetting me for a little while, just to let me know. That way I don't have to sit there and dig and try to figure it out myself, and I figure it out and you don't tell me, that I'm gonna be like, how long you been watching me? Just let me know, like, I've been watching you for 3 months. I've been watching you for 4 months. I don't really care. Now it depends on the kind of way you act towards me. Like we're already in a relationship and you feel like you know me and be like, nah, you're a weirdo. But if you just did it, just kind of get a feel for me, and you didn't really think that I'd be the kind of guy that you like at first, and I grew on you, it's whatever. It's whatever. You know what I'm saying? But these women, they move this kind of way. They don't get easily offended. You can ask them questions without them assuming the worst about what you're saying. Normally, they'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I mean, I just had really great interactions with these type of women. I mean, I run into other women out here that are trying to be lone wolves, that are trying to be, what I'm saying, some type of Sigma, but you can always tell that they're not. Like these women, man, the ones that are always faking it, they don't know how to take whatever you say. See, a Sigma wolf, she knows that you're not talking about her when you're speaking about certain demographics of women. But these women out here that are not like on that same, energetic, high vibrational level, that are faking it, a lot of these women that are in certain communities that are supposed to be spiritual but don't seem to understand it, they're not improving in every aspect of their life. They'll get irritated by things that you're saying because they're not doing what needs to be done to be the best versions of themselves. A Sigma wolf is always trying to be the best version of herself. She's working out, she's praying to God, she wants to be, in a traditional sense, and only a Sigma wolf also is traditional. I don't know nothing about any other. You're not a Sigma wolf if you're not traditional and like that nuclear family type of dynamic. You're not a Sigma wolf. If you're a Sigma wolf and you want that kind of dynamic, you're doing certain things to maintain your femininity so you can attract that kind of man. All this stuff where you're running around building businesses and getting your credit right, and what does that have to do with a man? Every Sigma wolf woman knows that men don't care about her money. A real man will have his own money and trying to provide for the family. We don't care what kind of money you have. She'll know that kind of stuff. She'll know not to leave with her wallet or her resume. She'll come in, be inviting, seem very feminine in her energy, just basking in it, just seem like a little ray of light. Also understand, a Sigma wolf never talks to a man like this. I want to be, or I am to a man his piece. I elevate a man. You don't talk like that to a man. You don't do shit for a man, but whatever that man needs you for. You don't come into it thinking that by you being in his presence, you being a woman, and you thinking you having your life together automatically elevates that man. They don't do shit. I don't understand y'all. Stop talking like that. So you're not Sigma wolves when y'all talk like that. That's an egotistical woman telling you that her presence alone elevates you. And her being a woman and being around you makes you a better man. No, that is not true. That is not true. Most great men have been destroyed by females. Most great men have been destroyed by females or their lust for females. So no, you are not automatically, by being a woman, a man's treasure, his peace, and his happiness. No. Just like his children, there's legacy. Just like whatever he builds, you are a part of what makes him happy, but you are not the overall, identifier of his, oh man, he got a woman. I know that man's happy. She brings him everything that he needs to be a whole man. Absolutely. No. Absolutely not. Y'all got to get that out of your heads. Do yourself a favor. Unprogram, deprogram all of this crap that you're watching. Get your ass out of all of the BS clubs and bars. Get out in nature. Start working out. You know what I mean? Start listening to something that's going to help you, benefit you, and I guarantee you'll start aligning yourself more so, and you'll be able to get the kind of men that you want. But telling men that why y'all assume this because you're being programmed to say this kind of stuff and think this kind of way. You are not a man's piece automatically. No, God is a man's piece. God is a man's everything. Now you should be already aligned properly and be a vessel of God yourself and add to whatever he has going on with God. But you thinking you being a female, having a womb, and thinking, oh yeah, I'm the gender that, no. Stop doing this to yourselves. See, what's happened is a lot of women have fooled themselves and let themselves become so delusional that they're no longer just being delusional with their group of friends. They're being delusional with all of reality. And a lot of men right now especially are Sigmas, and we're based in reality. So you women are scaring the crap out of us. Not no physical sense of causing physical harm, but the damage you're able to do through the influences y'all have, the way that, you know, the society will boost up women as long as they're talking against men, the way that y'all are destroying things and not even thinking about it, you're extremely dangerous. So we have to vet you guys properly and look for those Sigma wolf women. You know what I'm saying? The Sigma wolves. But it's very few and in between. But I got to put this information out there. All right? I'm not going to hold you guys any longer. I already dropped a video. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to our main channel, King David the Chosen, the OG channel. That's where it started at. I dropped a video in there earlier today. I will probably drop a comment with a link in it in the description so you guys can go ahead. I have 4 different tribes on here, y'all. Got 4 different channels and 4 complete different groups of people. I have to get you guys to merge. We got to bring the tribes together. Wakanda forever. Come on, y'all. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Listen, peace, love, and light. Y'all be back on here later on, dropping some more dope content. I'm going to get on TikTok really quickly. Go ahead and work out. You know what I'm saying? For the ladies. So don't miss me on TikTok. The same name, King David the Chosen. And then we back on here doing what we do best. You know how we do over here. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Remember, I'm your brother.